What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's a fantastic time on the free class last night. Great to hang out with a lot of you guys last night. It's a great day for more product sourcing as well. Still some like New Year's sales going, surprisingly. And I'm just gonna hop on here for probably 20, 30 minutes and answer any questions you guys have about selling on Amazon. Yeah, so let me know what questions you guys have. If you guys are over here on TikTok as well, I've been selling on Amazon for about 6 years now. Did about 2.5 million last year, and I'm excited to kind of keep it up this year. So, yeah, lots of just buying big name brand stuff from other kind of big websites and flipping that on Amazon, basically. So yeah, let me know what questions you guys have. Lots of products we buying today. Fire up any of like the coupon Chrome extensions. Check like the home pages of your favorite websites, that kind of stuff. What up, Alex? Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good New Year so far, man. Sweet, yeah. So lots to be excited about right now. Yeah, let me know what you guys are running into. So let me get the link shared out here. Sweet. What up, Stank? How's it going, man? KMC. Sure, simple answer. When you started out, did you open a business credit card and did you use that? Not like right off the bat. Honestly, I was just using like a personal credit card for a bit. You probably shouldn't though. Get like the Amex Business Blue. That's like the easiest first credit card to get, especially as far as like business credit cards go. They've literally approved LLCs that are 15 minutes old. I've seen it happen before with some other new Amazon sellers. And then once you build up some credit, you can get like a Capital or a Capital One Spark for 2% back on everything, as well as like an Amex Gold, which kind of gives you a decently high credit limit in general. Sweet. And yeah, for those of you guys on TikTok, answering any questions about selling on Amazon. I've been in the game for about 6 years now. And yeah, just buying, selling lots of big name brand stuff like this. Like you guys can see this like toy I picked up at Marshall's the other day. Oops. There's also a lot of good like retail arbitrage sales going on right now. So if you guys need like those first, kind of items to shoot, if you guys need those first items to look into, this is a great way to do it. With anything like name brand stuff like this, you can go out to local clearance stores, that kind of thing. Ross and TJ Maxx specifically has a bunch of sales going on today. It's like their yellow tag sale or something. It's like the biggest one of the year. You just pull out the SellerAmp app and scan the barcode on any of this. See this? I bought it for $2 and it was like $25 in store. And you just take that home, ship it to Amazon with box, and you're all good to go. Do you source online or in store? So I source most of my stuff from like big name brand websites, just like name brand toys, vitamins, shoes, anything like that, and then flip that on Amazon. But you can definitely source stuff in person. Like going out to retail stores is like the easiest way to kind of get hands-on experience. It's just hard to hit like major, massive milestones when you're going out to the store every day, right? Going out to the store is great if you're trying to do, 5, 10, 20,000 bucks a month on Amazon. But my goal is, 200,000 or so every month in sales. So, it's hard to do that from retail stores, but it's a lot easier to make the first, $1,000 or so, just like scanning stuff. And you'll use the SellerAmp app to scan a lot of the barcodes and figure out what it's selling for. Start Amazon FBA, but you don't know how to start. So just start with a bunch of free content on YouTube. So you can just look up Fields of Profit free course, free Amazon course on YouTube. It's a 90-minute course, and then should either tomorrow or the next day I'll have a new like 4.5-hour course for you guys as well. It's gonna be completely free for you guys on YouTube. But just learn for free on YouTube. You need the SellerAmp app, you need Keepa, and you need Boxem. Those are the kind of the softwares that you use to run your business. And then based on all that, you'll just start buying and selling big name brand stuff, right? The easiest way to start is just by looking at what successful sellers are already kind of what a lot of successful sellers are already selling in their store, and try to figure out coupons and sales and that kind of stuff that can basically make that profitable. Let's see. Helped you shift from drop shipping to FBA. Got you, Austin. Glad it's been helpful so far. Sweet. Let's see. Do you do wholesale online? I don't do any wholesale. I do like a little bit of wholesale, I guess I should say. Like 5% of the business is usually like buying from distributors, but majority I'll just spend anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 a day on sales, coupons, that kind of thing from big name brand websites. And then I'll flip that stuff on Amazon. So typically for every like $1 I spend on a website, it'll turn into $2 in revenue. And it's about 15 to 20% gross margin. Sweet. How to get ungated? Yeah. So if you're trying to get ungated, you'll just buy like 10 units of a brand that you want to sell from like Target or Vitacost, Walgreens, any legit retailer. You can submit those as your invoice to Amazon. Appreciate you, Chuck. however you say the username. Appreciate you. How do you find good deals online? So so good starting habit to get into every day is just check the home pages of a lot of big major websites. So Walgreens, iHerb, Vitacost, they're going to start showing you what websites kind of have certain brands and certain niches on sale that day. And then based on what I see is really cheap, I'll dive into the storefronts of what people are successfully kind of already making money on. So for example, like I think there's still like a sale on like Gap branded items. And so now we know today there's a lot of cheap Gap branded items, and I'll just open up a Gap listing on Amazon, look at all the other sellers who are selling Gap on Amazon, and then they're probably going to have some product ideas I can spin based on that, basically. Let's see. Notice that. What is Boxum? Yeah, Henry. So Boxum is the tool that you'll use to send items to Amazon, track your profit, track your numbers, all that kind of stuff. So it handles like the back end of your business. Helps you know like how much inventory you still have in stock, all that good stuff. And then there's also some new features that basically can kind of save you some money on shipping and get your products checked in at Amazon a couple days faster. You can try Boxum for free. That's one of the softwares that will be good for running your Amazon business, though. What's your ROI on average? So I think right around the like 30-35% mark for product sourcing. Typically, I'm more concerned with like overall profit margin, but when I'm sourcing products, I typically look for anything that has 30% ROI or higher. What was your first product? Yeah, for me, it was like used books. So a lot of you guys, like if you're trying to like kind of just make some money, see if you can even sell stuff on Amazon, all that kind of stuff, just go look at the bookshelf you already have. You probably got some books collecting dust. Use the free Amazon seller app. You can scan that and you'll be like, oh, this book's like, $20 on Amazon. I haven't opened it in a year. Might as well send it into Amazon, kind of learn how to send products to Amazon, learn how to make some sales, that kind of thing, right? And then, just go from there. Yeah, for me, it was like a used book that I sold. And then my first like arbitrage product was like some knockoff Lego type of thing, I think. I think it was like a Penn State like knockoff Legos helmet, basically, if I'm remembering the first product correctly. I know it's one of the very first ones I sold. You also started with books. Yeah, that's what's up, Chris. How much you selling these days then, Chris? You said you're already selling on Amazon. Is it considered unsafe to sell used books? So you're not really going to get invoice requests on used items because you're already selling it's used, basically. How much did you sell last year in 24? About 2.5 million, Mohammed. 2.5 million. Just buying from mostly just like big retail websites and that kind of thing. 700K in 2020. That's awesome, Chris. Yeah. So Chris did almost $1 million. What's your goal this year? And curious what business model too. Are you doing wholesale, arbitrage, that kind of thing? That's awesome. Good work, Chris. Keep it up, man. Let's see. What other questions you guys got? You got ungated in grocery, but still restricted in some food items. Is that normal? Yeah. So as far as ungating goes, you'll get ungated in that category typically. So the entire grocery category. And then some more like premium brands might also be a little bit like require their own invoice and gating process, right? So for example, grocery, you can sell a ton of grocery brands, but you still have to get an invoice to sell Starbucks specifically. Yeah. Can you return the items you buy after you get ungated? You can. Generally, you don't want to go crazy like returning to retailers just because they won't like you for very long if you're going crazy returning stuff. Also, when you're buying stuff to ungate, you might as well just buy something that's already profitable. Just no reason not to buy stuff that's already profitable, and then use that invoice for the profitable item. Your goal is $1 million this year. You do wholesale, bundles, and PL. That's what's up, Chris. Yeah. Be careful with bundles. I'm sure you sell a lot, but be careful with the new bundle policy. I'm not sure what your bundles look like if you're bundling with like name brand stuff. How much is profit? Yeah, so I shoot for about 10% true net margin after all my costs because I have a team that sources all the products, buys it all, and ships it all for me. If I was doing a ton more work myself, I'd probably be closer to like 15 to 20%, but I'm happy to to pay people to do a lot of the work for me, right? It's kind of the point of running a business. So you can, chat with you guys and have more time with friends and family, all that good stuff. How to get started. Nurse assistant in Vegas. So you're already pretty busy then. Yeah, if you're a nurse. So if you guys need to get started, you can just look up there. I have a free course on YouTube. And then you guys over on TikTok as well, up in my bio, you can check out the free course. If you're on YouTube, it'll be down below. The Amazon Launchpad is like 3 hours of free content plus a free community, like 5 downloadable things. So like an auto ungating list, and then some other really useful like PDFs and that kind of thing that will really help you get started. Do you sell candy? A little bit of candy. I'll sell anything that's profitable though. Yeah, I've sold a little bit of candy, especially coming up on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day, the candy will be really, really good. Just because, obviously a lot of people are buying that for for their significant others and that kind of thing, right? Yeah, I might end up buying a little bit of candy for Valentine's Day, but usually just anything that falls in my lap that's profitable, I'll flip it. Your first item was Ziploc. Sweet, Henry. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be all kinds of random stuff. You'll sell literally anything under the sun. Benefits of a reseller's permit. Yeah, so you can get sales tax exempt when you're buying stuff if you have a resale permit. And depending on the state you're in, they might call it something else like sales tax exempt permit, something like that. It's called a resale permit in my state. So basically you can present it at some websites will take it. Most like retail stores, if you go out shopping for stuff, you can present that and you'll skip paying sales tax. So you get a little bit cheaper products. You make candies and jam. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. Amazon might not be the best platform if you're like homemaking stuff. But you can definitely try. Typically you might have more success like on your own website, like marketing through kind of more organic channels, but yeah, you might as well give it a shot, right? How long does it take for Amazon to get your products and list them? Yeah, so full process. You buy an item, whether it's in store or you ship it to your house from a big website. You list it on Amazon using Boxem, Boxem, and then that basically kind of simplifies the process of shipping to Amazon. It'll track like how much you're actually making on that. As you ship that product off to Amazon, typically it'll take 1 to 3 weeks to make those first couple sales. And then everything will be fully checked in probably 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes it's a little slower if it's like where we just came out of Q4, like Christmas, where the warehouses get really backed up. Sometimes it's a little bit slower than that. But usually within like a few weeks, you'll have everything checked in and you'll be able to start making sales basically. The alternative though is you can list everything on Amazon FBM. So you list it and then when the product sells, you ship it direct to the customer basically. Yeah. Sweet. Can you start with $2,000? Yeah, that's plenty, Andre. I had like $1,500 when I started. Yeah, $1,500. I just sold like a lot of cheap stuff. So I sold like used books I had laid around the house. I found at thrift stores, that kind of stuff. Yeah, just tried to do it as cheap as possible, basically. Let's see. Do you have a community? Yeah, Mohammed. So there's a free Discord you can hop in. So on TikTok, if you're up here, we have a free Discord. It comes with a free course, everything like that, up in the bio. And then on YouTube, it'll be down below. Yeah, Mohammed, you can check it out down below. There's a free Discord, with a free course with it, all that kind of stuff. There's a bunch of people like $4,000 or $5,000 courses and stuff like that. Like learn for free, learn all the basics for free. There's no reason to go crazy like that. Can you explain what is ROI? So ROI is just like return on investment, right? So if you spend $100 on products and you make $30 in profit, that's a 30% ROI, right? And that's pretty typical for Amazon sellers, right around 30 to 40%. It's not too late to buy Valentine's candy. No, I mean, a lot of the retailers are just now putting it out, right? Yeah, you can definitely buy Valentine's candy. And you might want to do FBM, so like shipping those products direct to the customer, so that you aren't like risking like slow check-in times or anything like that, basically. How long does it take you to reach 10,000 a month? So I started with like $1,500. There was like no one really putting content out there back in the day. So I started making videos to just kind of help people, trying to share the stuff that I learned along the way. So now it's a lot easier to learn. There's lots of good like free content on YouTube, that kind of stuff. So there's no reason it should take you quite as long. I think my first $10,000 month was like 6 to 9 months in, somewhere in there, just because I was selling like used stuff. But it's fairly common for new arbitrage sellers like buying name brand stuff to do 10K in their first 30 to 60 days. Is pretty reasonable if you're kind of getting after it. I just had a conversation with one of my friends, Ryan. We'll post the interview on YouTube, but he did 60K in his first 90 days, basically, and that's that's definitely better than average, which is why we were chatting. But you can make a lot of money to kind of get started there. You're hitting the TJ Maxx yellow tech sales. I'm thinking about it, Caleb. I might have to hop in an Uber here in a second and go fill up some bags. How many hours does a beginner work? As many as you want, Raphael. Yeah, that's kind of that's the fun of like running your own side hustle, basically, right? You can work at every extra hour you have in a day and build the business pretty fast. Or you can spend 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, and make whatever that turns into. Obviously, the more time you put into it, the more money you're going to make. And you also got to remember that right now in the early days is the hardest that you're finding products and doing anything your business is ever going to feel. Right? Like you got to accept the fact that you're going to be horrible at any brand new skill you start, right? Especially when it comes to making money online, stuff that works but takes real effort. So just be willing to put in hard work. If you're looking for like the passive income and all that kind of stuff, then Amazon's not for you, and probably nothing is for you. I'll let you in on the secret. There's no free lunch out there. Always be a month ahead of all holidays. Yeah, that's a good call, Henry. Yeah. If you're that's a good thing. If you want to source for like future holidays and that kind of stuff, think about it like at least 6 to 8 weeks before the holiday, right? So like right now, if you want to source for Valentine's candies and stuff like that, it's probably a lot of local retail stores and online sites that are already selling, Valentine's candies and that kind of stuff that you can start sourcing now. Especially if you want to send it to FBA, because there'll be a little bit of delay in terms of how long it takes Amazon to check everything in. Who gave you your initial investment money? So my own $1,500 that I made in high school. Yeah, it was just like the money I made working at Walgreens as a high schooler, working at a chocolate factory too for $10 an hour. And then I took some of that money and started buying used books. Used some of that used book profit to buy name brand stuff, and then the rest is history. Been doing it for 6 years now. Does it matter what kind of computer you use? No. Appreciate the $2 there, E-Man too. But no, not necessarily. Just kind of get started with what you have. Most people just start on their laptop or anything like that, right? If you want like a major setup, you can buy like a computer with a lot of RAM, because you'll run a lot of like Chrome tabs and stuff like that. Started 2020 with your stimulus money. Yeah, that's very common. So a lot of like resellers got started in 2020 when there was a bunch of kind of limited time opportunities like pools. I sold some pools back in 2020. You could buy them. Like I bought some at Aldi for like, man, it's been a while since I bought that, but it was like sold them for like 3 times what I paid for them. And a lot of people I know sold way higher than that, just because it was like a limited time thing. Yeah. Upset about the live stream while you're at work? Yeah, I mean, we got plenty of free content on YouTube as well you can learn from. So if any of you guys are looking for kind of like the free guide to get started, I've got a free course on TikTok. It's up here in the bio. On YouTube, I'll drop it in the chat here real quick as well. But free Discord, couple hours of free content, that kind of thing as well. Check that out if you're needing a starting point. It's completely free. Thank you for your content. Started from 0 3 years ago. Say about 50,000 a month with your private label brand. That's awesome, Kate. Yeah, you're interested in retail arbitrage, but concerned about invoices. Yeah. So if Amazon requires your if Amazon requires like invoices or anything like that, especially if you're doing retail arbitrage, like take a picture of the product next to the receipt so you can see like the proof that it is actually authentic. So if Amazon ever says, hey, like, customer complained about this, they thought it was used or something like that, you can send them that picture, be like, nope, I bought it. It was brand new at Ross or Walmart or wherever you bought it. If you're buying stuff online, then you don't have to worry about that, because you'll always have in your email, you'll have all the documentation for everything you bought, basically. Yeah, and then it's a good idea to make a Google sheet. You can make like a Google sheet that exports a lot of information automatically through SellerAmp. And then you'll just click a button. I have a button that says purchased. So I just click that button. It automatically sends like the ASIN and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll go in there and I'll paste the order confirmation number, so that worst case, if Amazon says, hey, we need to see some documents on this item here, I can just quickly search that ASIN or product title. I'm like, all right, here's all my order numbers, grab those documents, and you're good to go. But yeah, that is important. Yep. What up, Beck? How we doing, man? If you're having a good one. How does wholesale work? So you just buy from like big distributors, buy directly from brands, that kind of thing. It's a great way to sell on Amazon too. But yeah, I just like buying from big retail websites and stuff like that. Let's see. What's the first product you sold on Amazon? My first product I sold on Amazon was like a used book. Yeah. Selling used books. And then yeah, started selling like some toys and vitamins and anything like that, right? Just like random stuff that people were already buying. Ask you anything. How? Yeah, Goomba, just buying and selling name brand stuff. Like, here's an example of a product I picked up. Super low hanging fruit is like going to your local clearance store. So like you can see this was it's $2 at my local Marshalls. Sometimes I go to Ross. So I was forgetting what store that was from. But then you just like I'll scan products with the SellerAmp app. Tells me what it sells for, and then I'll list anything that's profitable on Amazon. But yeah, it's just kind of just got to get the ball rolling. The biggest thing is try not to get in like info paralysis. A lot of new sellers, they'll kind of they'll watch a bunch of videos and they'll have a big pad of notes, and they're doing a bunch of research, like figuring out like the perfect brand of boxes and printers and all that kind of stuff to buy, right? Just in the early days, prioritize over anything else, spending 50, 100, $200, whatever you can afford on some products to send into Amazon, see how it goes. You're going to make some mistakes in the early days. Just that's normal. Anything, right? You're going to make some mistakes learning any new skill. So you might as well get that proof of concept and start making sales as fast as possible. Just to get you source OA to be on the safe side. So I like doing mostly online arbitrage just because it's more scalable. But if you're talking like retail arbitrage, retail arbitrage is safe too. Just make sure you're taking good track of where you're buying everything. It's a little bit harder to scale retail arbitrage. And then it's harder to find those first online arbitrage items, right? Because you're competing with anyone who wants to open up a laptop and has money to buy products. If it's retail arbitrage, you're just competing with the people in your area. So you kind of see the trade-off there. Do you prefer FBA or FBM? I do mostly FBA just because it's a little bit easier to do big quantities without kind of sitting there and throwing stuff in bags for hours and hours. But in the early days, doing FBM is a great idea because you can test products. Especially before you kind of understand how to look at a product, know how fast it's going to sell, kind of get a good baseline for how much money you can actually make on something. If you FBM it, you can buy 2 or 3 units, see if it sells, see if it doesn't sell, and then if it does, you can buy a whole bunch more. And if it doesn't, then it's not very much risk, right? Because you just kind of buy it and list it as soon as possible, see if it sells, basically. How do you do shipping? Yeah, so anytime you buy a product, like this, for example, right? You take products home. You open Boxem. So Boxem, it's a software that you use to make shipments and stuff. And you're going to print these FN SKU labels, put these over the barcodes, put them down into big boxes of up to 50 pounds, and then ship it off to Amazon. And then when it gets to Amazon, they'll open up the boxes and check it in your inventory, basically, and then it'll start selling. You understand why anyone would buy on Amazon when you can get it cheaper elsewhere? Yeah, it's just like convenience. A lot of people, like myself included, when I want to buy something, I just search it on Amazon. Like it's even though I know a lot of stuff on Amazon is overcharged, like it's just easy, right? 1-2 day prime shipping, easy returns if anything's weird. It's already got all my card info, all that kind of stuff, right? It's just easiest to shop on Amazon. Sweet, appreciate you, Kate. Yeah, appreciate that. Glad I've been able to help. Let's see. Just go for it, Mohammed. Yeah. For wholesale, how does ungating work? Is it the same as online arbitrage? Yeah, you'll just have like a distributor invoice, right? So as long as Amazon has seen that wholesale distributor before, you're good to go. I started watching channel when you first began. Also start with used books. That's awesome, Kate. Yeah. That's awesome. Glad you said you're doing like 50K a month now. Glad you're crushing it these days. Confused for FBM. Do you still send the products to Amazon? No, Freddie. So FBM fulfilled by merchant. So you are the merchant, right? So you're sending it to the customer that buys it. FBA fulfilled by Amazon. Amazon's the one that ships it to the customer, right? So if it's FBM, then you list it, and then when it sells, you'll ship it direct to Amazon. You love buying for Amazon overnight. Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of times, even though it's like slightly more expensive on Amazon, I'll just place the overnight order because I can get it tomorrow. Yeah. I didn't know I needed you have a Walmart bookcase. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course. I didn't know I needed a fancy bookcase. I'd rather keep it in the bank account and retire early. That's the mindset that keeps you from retiring before you're 65 or whatever people think is normal these days, which is a little bit insane. But yeah, if you're buying fancy bookcases and retiring when you're old is your jam, then go for it, man. Do you utilize web service? No, that's like for kind of like really big businesses, basically. Yeah. Sweet. You do 3 million on Amazon, 400K on Shopify. That's what's up. Yeah, that's awesome, man. What business model? You selling like your own brands and stuff? Wholesale, that kind of thing. You have your Amazon seller account set up, but you can't find what to sell. Yeah, so that's like the most common like issue in the beginning, right? So just start by looking at products that number one are on sale today. So number one, like I mentioned earlier, like the Gap website, there's a sale going on the Gap website, and then you open up a tool called SellerAmp. On SellerAmp, you look at a listing, pretty much any listing on Amazon that's being sold by third-party sellers. So it doesn't say sold by Amazon. And then you look at what all of those sellers are selling, right? So there's going to be a big list of people that already successfully found a bunch of Gap branded items. You know that Gap is cheap today, and then all you do is compare from the Gap website to that storefront, right? Yeah, Mama Media, SellerAmp, yeah. It's $20 a month. That's how you like source your products, basically. Yeah, and then you'll just kind of cross compare, and then as you start looking at more and more products, you get used to seeing what items are good based on what you've seen in the past. In the early days, just open as many listings as possible, and you'll kind of get a feel for it. And yeah, if you guys need a kind of a free course to kind of get your head around all this, just dropped it in the chat on YouTube, and then if you're on TikTok, up in my bio, I've got a ton of free resources for you. Free Discord, free starter guides, free course, that kind of stuff as well. What up, Daniel? How can you enable? And you've been going crazy with this question. All right. Free shipping over $35. So you pretty much always want to do free shipping on FBM orders, and then charge for shipping on expedited orders. Otherwise, you're probably not going to make too many sales. People are just used to getting free shipping, and then you just include it in your cost, basically. Yeah, appreciate it, media. Glad it's been helpful. What Amazon business model you suggest for beginners? So used books is the easiest thing. Just buy and sell anything you already got around the house. Use stuff you got sitting around the house. Make your first sale or two with that, and then go hit your local Ross, your local Marshalls, or just fire up like an online clearance section, and then compare that to items on SellerAmp. Right. So as far as like starting tools, Keepa and SellerAmp for sourcing. Keepa and SellerAmp, those are both $20 a month. And then for shipping your products to Amazon, like knowing how much money you're actually making, all that good stuff, you'll use Boxem, BOXEM. And those three together are all less than $100 a month. Yeah, for sure, Don, you got you, man. Difference between selling on Amazon and eBay. So eBay is good too. It's just like on Amazon, when you sell, you don't have to make your own listing. That's the main difference. And some listings on Amazon are going to sell a whole bunch, a whole bunch of times, right? And then instead of there being a ton of different listings for the same thing like there is on eBay, everyone is on the same listing, and then sales rotate between people as long as their shipping speed is the fastest or tied for the fastest. So usually it's going to be like prime shipping or fast FBM shipping, and then their price is within like 1% or 2% of the current buy box price. Yeah, man. Well, I own SellerAmp, so you can just go sign up. Appreciate you though, man. Yeah. Sweet. Your experience, do the Giga Chads go wide or deep? So it kind of depends on the philosophy. Most will just buy a whole bunch of items when they find it profitably. I like to, especially with listings being taken down and kind of just weird stuff that can happen on Amazon. I like to buy, but I like to hit a bunch of base hits is how I like to look at it. I'll go crazy on an item every now and then, but the bulk of my business is just built on buying, 20 of this, 30 of this, 40 of that, and just kind of letting that add up over time. I don't even sell on Amazon. Okay, I did. That's news to me, my friend. I did about $2.6 million last year. Yeah, you can scroll through the page, see I actually do this stuff. See, you ready for this? You're a stay-at-home mom, need income. Husband is retiring. Yeah, congrats to the husband. Then that's awesome. And then yeah, if you, like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people start Amazon because they want a huge empire. They want to make $50K a month, $25K a month in profit, that kind of thing, right? A lot of people start Amazon because they just need to pad the they're on the older side, need to pad like Social Security or pensions or anything like that, and you can make an extra $1,000-2,000 work not too many hours and and make it happen. Yes, like whatever your goal is, like you'll see a lot of people out there like flashing big numbers. Whatever your goal is, like be proud of hitting that goal. There's I need a few extra bucks to be good. Yeah, exactly. There's always gonna be that shiny object where it's like, ooh, what if I did 1 million or 5 million next year, 10 million next year, right? Like just kind of be happy with the results you're getting as long as you're kind of hitting the goals you set for yourself. Yeah, you don't need that, Jerry. So tools that claim to like automatically find products, they're spitting out the same results for everybody. And it doesn't work, right? Because you got to find stuff that takes a little bit of digging. You're firing up SellerAmp, looking through a storefront, you find a product that is similar to something somebody's already selling, and like the UPC isn't tied correctly, right? So a software that claims to find that is not going to it's not going to find stuff that stays profitable. It's not going to find like the hard to find like best items. Telling us to use discounted gift cards and cashback. Yeah, exactly. Those are great ways to boost the margins. Watched a few sourcing videos from years ago, and some of the products still make money. Yeah, awesome. Yeah. You'd be surprised. A lot of people, sometimes people message me like on YouTube. I'll like do live sourcing and stuff, of course. And then people will be like, man, you showed my item on a YouTube video or something. And it's like surprising how often the items stay profitable. I think most people are smart enough not to buy something that gets thrown up on social media. Not right now, Robert. Yeah, just focused on helping as many people as possible. Can it be done on Amazon Mexico? Yeah. So there's like tons of different marketplaces you can do the same thing. And plus, if you if you're in another country, like you said, you're selling on Amazon Mexico, you probably know something about like niche products or popular snacks and that kind of thing that when people go to the US, they're having a hard time getting, and then you can like buy it from the companies like distributors, wholesalers, whatever, in the country that item is popular, and then ship it to the US. Like I've done that with like some Australian products before. I know nothing about Australia, but I found some like certain products that were hard to get in the US, and then I shipped them from overseas, and they were profitable. Followed for a long time. Thanks for being legit. Got you. Favorite sourcing sites? Like I'll just kind of buy from everywhere, anywhere that's having a sale. It kind of depends on the month. Some months I'll spend $50,000 on a website, and the next month I'll spend $0 on that website if like the right sales aren't rolling around, that kind of thing. But it's mostly just like the same big retailers that a lot of people are buying from. Appreciate you, Chappie. Yeah, let me know if I can help you out with anything. Just been in the game for 6 years now, and happy to help. When doing RA, how do you stay organized in case future issues? Yeah, take a picture of the item next to the receipt. So like when you got to the car, dump it out in the trunk or whatever, hold up the receipt next to it, and then bang, you got a picture that can prove that you actually bought that stuff. Your wholesale private label. So I do arbitrage. So I just buy from like big websites and that kind of thing. Wholesale is good. Private label is good as well. I just like buying from big websites. What sites explicitly? Like any big major websites: Walgreens, Vitacost, iHerb, Kohl's, Adidas, Champs. Any big website that sells name brands, I've probably bought from them before. There's no reason to like overthink. There's no like a lot of people. I think people think you're like you want to find like some secret websites or something like that. You're just trying to find a website that runs a sale on a certain brand, and maybe they only run it a couple days a month, and you can go crazy those couple days, and then you jump to another website that's doing the same thing, right? How are you doing that when sites limit items per cart? Either place multiple orders, or source more of the more similar items, and you can make bigger carts and that kind of thing. But yeah, you'd be surprised how much you can really buy from big websites and stuff. There's people I know that literally do like over $10 million a year, and they only buy from websites. You can really go crazy on this stuff. Hardest is getting ungated. So yeah, ungating, like that held me back for a long time too. So just look up Fields of Profit ungating on YouTube. I got a free guide you can use to get around it. You basically just buy like 10 units of anything you want to buy from somewhere you've already found it profitably. How long until you got into a decent ROI? Saved $100K for starting a different side business. You have plenty of money then, my friend. Yeah, I had like $1,500 when I started. So that is overkill. I'd almost say don't use all of that when you're starting. Set aside, if you have $100K to start a business, set aside like 5 of it. Spend spend some money on the softwares like SellerAmp, keep a box on that's like $100 a month, and then spend, you know, $2,000 to $5,000 on inventory in your first month. Since you have plenty of money, like that'll teach you a ton of different lessons. You know, buy 5 of this, 10 of this, that kind of thing. Yeah, you'll learn a lot of lessons that then you'll be able to go deeper on stuff. Yeah, just don't you don't want to throw like everything you have into the business right away, because it's natural. You're going to make some beginner mistakes. And then over time, it's like, all right, I've learned from the mistake I made here. Now I know I can buy a whole bunch of this and I'm confident, right? Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Ollie, just keep submitting on that. You can also talk to Amazon. I do not, Chris. Physically keep the items at your location. So I use a prep center, Mala. Yeah, so I ship to a business that receives everything for me, and then they ship to Amazon for me. So I pay them per unit to do like the inventory management, basically. Let's see. Yeah, Dine, if you like paying double for a worse product that has no new features, then sure. Okay, man. Can't do analytics, can't add products from that aren't already in your inventory. Like it's you should try Boxa, man. It's not really a competition there. That's funny. Any niches you absolutely stay away from? Like I used to buy like bras and that kind of stuff more often, but they the return rates on those are crazy. See like electronics, expensive electronics, that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, you have to list, and then you got to wait for forever done. Yeah, doesn't work the same way. You should just try, man. Unless you're unless you're like a burner for and you work for them or something. Just try it for free. You'll see it's better. We wouldn't spend a year developing something that's not the best on the market. Just do something else if we know it's not going to be the best. Do you sell more once you sell on Amazon? Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, maybe not understanding your question, but yes, for sure. Does SellerAmp calculate how much you'll make based on the item minus FBA fees? Yeah, exactly, Manuel. Yeah, so you'll plug in like any costs you have, any sales tax, shipping costs, all that kind of stuff, right? And then it'll tell you what you make after the fact. Yeah. What is Amazon's cut? Usually you pay like 30% or so of a sale to Amazon if you're doing FBA, and it's less than that if you're doing FBM, which sounds like a lot, but they're finding the customer, they're doing the work of shipping it out to the customer for you, and so on, right? Yeah. Sweet. I do not, Eugene. Yeah, just helping people on YouTube and that kind of stuff. Is this your only income? Yeah, selling on Amazon. I own SellerAmp and Boxem as well. Basically the best softwares for Amazon sellers, which is why I like helping you guys out for free. Like that's like the selfish motivation, right? Is I make the best tools, so the better I am at teaching you guys at selling on Amazon, the longer you keep, the best software subscriptions and that kind of stuff. And then if I'm not good at teaching you, then you cancel it and neither of us make money, right? A lot of people, they're trying to sell like $5,000 courses and all that kind of stuff. So we kind of have the same incentives that way. Yeah, starting out FBM or FBA. FBM to start, because you'll be able to ship directly to customers and all that kind of stuff. Get proof of concept, make quick sales, and then FBA to go deeper on things. You'll make a little bit more sales FBA as well, because Amazon tends to give more sales to FBA sellers. If you get a trained VA, no one's really like. I think there's some people that like will train VAs for you. I don't do that right now. It's not super hard. If you want a virtual assistant, you just kind of show them what you're good at doing. Basically, show them like your favorite sourcing methods, all that kind of stuff. How'd you recommend sourcing products in bulk? I mean, it's the same as like how you source anything. You just kind of do the same thing over and over again, right? Like sourcing products, every time you find a product, the next one gets easier. But to find the first one, you just start diving into products that other people are already selling on brands that are on sale today, right? So you just open up big retail websites, see what's on sale, look directly at brands like Jockey, Stafford, 32 Degrees, that kind of thing. See when they're running sales, and then compare those to Amazon listings for those products. Does SellerAmp work in the UK? Yep, absolutely, Daniel. It's actually originally from the UK. Would Ollie's be a good place to go for FBM? Yeah, I don't have an Ollie's near me, but I know some of my friends have Ollie's near them, and they make a lot of money there. So yeah, go hit Ollie's like ASAP, Eugene. You'll kind of get that hands-on experience, and then use the SellerAmp app to kind of like scan the products, and you'll see what they're selling for, basically. Yeah. Let's see. Can you change from individual to LLC? Yeah. So if you need to change anything on your account, just you do it through like the tax interview, and then just open a case with Amazon beforehand. Let them know that you are. Let them know that you're doing it. You got bad vibes, Dine. You got bad vibes, man. I'll say it. How do you even start? Yeah. So start selling stuff that people already buy, right? So like here's an example I've been showing. Go to a local retail store or fire up like a clearance section on a website. Start looking at the products that already sell on YouTube or on Amazon, and then start listing those on Amazon, right? And then you'll kind of see what starts to sell. If you guys want a free guide on TikTok up here, I have a free course in my bio you guys can check out. There's a free course on YouTube I made for you. Plus there's a free Discord, that kind of stuff. Just use all the free resources you possibly can. And then just kind of get the ball rolling there. So you're a doomer now. Cool. Yeah. I understand. I understand now. Yeah. I understand. Costco or Sam's Club good. They can be. The problem is there's no way to create discounts in general. Yeah, Eugene, just hit it, man. You can't listen to random people on the internet trying to prevent you from making money after you just admitted to making money at somewhere, right? Do you see the conflict there? Yeah, you got it, Eugene. Let's see, same name on YouTube. Yeah, so Fields of Profit. Yeah. How do you start? Yeah, just start learning for free. Learn for free on YouTube. Fields of Profit. I have like literally over 1,000 videos kind of breaking down how I source products in store, how I source them online, that kind of thing. And then after you've watched like 3 to 5 hours of content, kind of learn the basics, that kind of thing, then go spend some money as soon as possible. A lot of people they'll like think about selling on Amazon for a long time and like never end up doing it. Just kind of like get the ball rolling basically, right? Set aside $100, $500, whatever you can spend on products, list those on Amazon, see how it goes, and then double down on what works basically. Just don't get stuck in info paralysis basically. I'm on my phone, my friend, cringy. I guess it's in the name. Let's see. Hired your first VA this week. That's what's up, Alex. Yeah, so you're scaling nicely. That's awesome. Let's see. Can you open a card? No, you have to have I assume you mean a debit card. So you have to have a credit card to open an Amazon seller account. Yeah, Eugene. Yeah, you use SellerAmp. You can try it for free too. Let's see. Explain 2D barcodes. Yeah, so when you use like Boxum to create shipments to send to Amazon, you can use these like 2D barcodes right here. These are like just like an extra label that goes on your FBA box label. It doesn't take any extra work to create them as long as you're using like Boxum. You can slap this on the outside of the box, and then when it gets to Amazon, they scan this barcode, and it's a little bit easier for them to process what's in the box because this contains a lot of information about the products inside. And so it speeds up your check-in times by like a couple days on average. So it's kind of one of the like more no-brainer ways to make some quicker money on Amazon. Sweet. Great vibes today. Yeah, that's through Boxum. Yeah. Yesterday live was fire. Yeah, glad you're on there, Malik. Yeah, so we had a free class. We had a free class last night. That was fun. Joined the roadmap a year ago. Did 45K profit last month. That's what's up, man. Yeah, good work. What percent should you take profit? Whatever makes sense for you. I would definitely buy yourself like a little bit something nice. Like you've been working hard for that. 45K profit last month is awesome, man. I think you got me beat by a little bit. Yeah, we did like 225 revenue. So that's awesome. I don't know, whatever you're comfortable with. That's a you conversation. You Jazz and Miles are the best. Yeah, glad you're checking them out too, Jess. They're all great people. All right, sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up here. I gotta hit a workout and all that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff tonight. Still, you guys got good vibes though. So I'll go live again here before too long. Appreciate all you guys coming and hanging out. Quick action items if you're wanting to make some money in the new year, that kind of thing. Watch the free course I have for you on YouTube. Just look up Fields of Profit free course, or if you're on TikTok, there's a bunch of free resources up here. Free course up in the bio. Get SellerAmp, get Keepa, Get Boxem. Those are the 3 tools that you'll need. And then just use those to start sourcing some products and start sending some stuff in Amazon, get the ball rolling, that kind of thing. And then just like, come back on YouTube or TikTok, drop a comment if you have any questions. Always happy to help. And yeah, I'll see you guys again very soon. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Yeah, thanks, Kahlo. Thanks, Manuel. Yeah, you guys have a good rest of your day.